It's time for another edition of Litter Media Live. It's the 4th day of September of 2025. And if I remember correctly, today is Thursday.
That is true.
Good. I got it right. I'm Dan Ramey. He's Mike Smith. Over there is Mr. Chillaxon. And you see his shoes are up on the, there
Sounds
we
like
go.
an old person's disease, chillaxin. Or some kind of a medication you take in your old age. Take some chillaxin, man.
Chillaxin's the way to go. I guarantee it. Welcome to the program. It is where we keep people up to date on what's happening in our communities. And the good news, it's beneficial news that you can use. So we've got all that coming up. But first, what was that stuff hitting my roof this morning?
Yeah.
I woke up at like 4 o'clock, and is that rain I'm hearing?
I even said a prayer of thanksgiving to the Lord when
Amen.
I heard it raining.
As did I. I said, thank you, Lord. And I drove the wife's car today. We have to make a trip to Columbus, so she's going to meet me with my car, and we're going to head on up. But I'm driving, and I'm thinking, I got to use the windshield wipers. They haven't seen rain for a while.
They refused to work because it's been so long, we forgot how to do this. Rain expected throughout the day today, cooling off to about 71 for a high. Partly sunny for Friday, high 80, but for Friday night, there is a chance of some severe storms in southern Ohio, along the Ohio River, and a little bit to the north of that. So keep an eye on that tomorrow night with a low of 56. I think the rain's going to cool things off even more. Rain possible in the early hours on Saturday, partly sunny on Sunday.
For our Litter Media Game of the Week, you might want to have some rain gear ready to go there. You'll be on the sidelines, and saw one meteorologist last night say it'll probably start around kickoff time for the ball game. So looking at 7 o'clock for your Friday night events. All right, coming up in a moment, we'll tell you more about the Game of the Week. We'll also check in with what's making news. That's all just ahead. Hometown Motors Incorporated, 818 Eastern Avenue in Chillicothe, has its Skag clearance sale continuing. The inventory has been going out the door, and it's been going out at low prices. And once the clearance inventory is gone, so are the low prices with them. So if you want a Skag, and I'm telling you, a lot of people have told me that I've talked to have had Skags, and you'll see people out mowing the grass, contractors. I'll stop, talk to them. What made you get a Skag? And he said, it's the best. And once you've had a Skag, you don't go back. So if you want to get a Skag and be like them, stop in a Hometown Motors Incorporated, 818 Eastern Avenue in Chillicothe, your store for the great outdoors. Each week, we'll announce the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. And in December, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Nominate any amateur athlete by visiting littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. You'll also see the players we've named throughout the year. Make your nomination today for the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Tecumseh. Fascinating. Captivating. Mesmerizing. Tecumseh.
Dixie Chopper. Speed when you need it.
Visit your local Dixie Chopper dealer today or visit dixiechopper.com.
We give you information that you can use, and we hope that's something that's productive for you, and we do this on a regular basis. not only here on this program, but also on our website, which is our main resource, which is littermedia.com. You'll find all of our social media information, everything at the top as well. Just go right up there and you'll find that. And in fact, you can even, if you're looking at the screen right now, you can see the tabs that were on the browser that our good producer was putting together this morning. You can see what websites he was looking at. Are there any you shouldn't be looking at?
I'm sorry. I was tuned out. What are you talking about?
Are you talking to me?
That's what I thought. Welcome to the program. At the top of the show for you today, we had an interview earlier this morning with Tiffany Baldwin, downtown Chillicothe. She stopped in to talk about Oktoberfest. It's coming up September 20th on East 2nd Street, which includes the third running of the Petland Wiener Dog races.
In order to get in, it's $5. However, if you come in your costume, which is a dirndl or a lederhosen, or whatever else you have that's German costume, it's $3 to get in. And so we also have a costume contest. So those people that get in for $3 are in their costume, and then we award a prize for the top male and top female costume. That's the first contest. The second contest is we start at 7:30 with our beer chugging contest. And then the second contest at 8:30 is our Stein holding contest. And then our last contest at 9:30 is the yodeling. So we try to work up people to have nerve to do the yodeling. And so that's how we end the evening with our contests. And then, as you had mentioned, we do the wiener dog races, and those are at 5 p.m. So Petland hosts those events, or that race, and it's in the Majestic Courtyard, so still connected to our event.
Several restaurants will have German-themed dishes for visitors to enjoy, and it's a family-friendly event, too, so you'll be able to bring the kids to this, too. You can see the full interview on our YouTube channel and in the video section of our Facebook page.
Yesterday, we learned the sad news about former Ross County educator Don Morris, who passed away September 1st at VA Medical Center. Don was 98. We shared that on our Litter Media Facebook from Howler Funeral Home. When Don was 18 years old, he left high school and served honorably in the United States Army during World War II. But the neat thing is, after returning home, he went back to high school, completed his education, and then was recruited to play football for the Ohio University Bobcats. He started his education career in the Chillicothe City Schools, where he taught, coached, and officiated sports. He went on, got his master's degree in education administration, and in 1966 became principal of Unioto Junior and Senior High School, where he served with honor and distinction until his retirement in 1985. He was inducted into the Unioto Hall of Fame in 2013 as far as their Athletic Hall of Fame, and recognized for his contributions to the school's athletic programs. Had a chance to visit with Don a number of times in the early 80s, went out at Unioto doing ball games and the like, and just a real good guy. I thought it was interesting, some of the comments on our share on Facebook of people that were his students and kind things that they had to say about Don Morris.
Absolutely. You always hate losing. And someone of that caliber, you know, it's difficult. Fayette County will come together for the third annual A Light in the Dark Glow Walk for Suicide Prevention Awareness. It's coming up this Saturday at Miami Trace's athletic field. Gates open at 6:30 p.m. The program begins at 7, and the Glow Walk itself at 7:30. Of course, at 8 o'clock, it'll probably be dark in that time. The idea for the Glow Walk was first sparked by Cheryl Stockwell, who lost her son, Derek. Her hopes were to bring awareness with this event and get the conversation started to help break stigma and to bring light to others.
A lot of people have been asking, okay, when do we start getting the flu shots? Well, yesterday, the Ross County Health District announced their mobile unit will hit the road in October and in November for the annual flu shot outreach throughout Ross County.
You're supposed to say boo to the flu.
The first date out will be October the 11th at the Ross County Fairgrounds, and if you look at our website story at littermedia.com, it'll give you the entire schedule of sites and times for the flu clinics. Our road report This is a combo Vinton-Hocking County road report. A resurfacing project is taking place on State Route 677 between Creek Road and State Route 278, and on State Route 278 between US 50 and 56 in Hocking County. One lane will be closed, traffic maintained with flaggers through October the 30th.
Coming up, our Litter Media Game of the Week. We'll share details there. Also up ahead, we'll announce this week's Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. So that's all just ahead. Stick with us for that. Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor. If you've got an issue that needs to be taken care of with the heating, the cooling, or the plumbing in your home, business, whichever the case may be, they can handle it for you. Click on this ad anywhere you see it on our website, littermedia.com, and it takes you right to their website, accuratehvac.com.
Whenever I first applied for the ArchWiz opportunity, do I have to pay this back? Do I have to do that? Like, is it a loan? And it's not. It's a scholarship. A goal of mine is to graduate college debt-free. If you're a crew member, you get $2,500 a year, and if you're a manager, you get $3,000. And especially if you're going locally to college, like to the branch or something like that, it's really helpful.
At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since 1853. From auto, home, farm, life, or health, we tailor coverage that fits your world with multiple carriers to meet your insurance needs. Real people, real service, local agents who can answer the phone and care when it matters most. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call or stop by today.
The Bean Foundation wants to raise awareness about suicide prevention by sharing 988. Trained crisis counselors are available to talk 24/7, 365 days a year. 988. Save the number. Save a life. To learn more about the Bean Foundation, click on this ad on littermedia.com.
Time for sports, and we'll start off by telling you this Friday it is the Litter Media Game of the Week on Litter Media Radio. Yours truly, along with BJ Daly, will be in the press box, and I have it on good authority that Hall of Famer Jimmy Skinner will be our halftime guest. He'll be a special guest to talk to the team and everything. His Marshall ties, of course, he left here, went to play at Marshall. He also played some arena football as well. But he's been a pretty good coach at the high school level himself, and in fact was a consideration to be a head coach here at Chillicothe as well. But he's been spending most of his post life in Kentucky. When I say post life, I mean his post high school days as a teacher in Kentucky. And he's had some good athletes who have gone on to play at Division I, like Alabama and places like that. So that's all coming your way Friday night. We'll have all the action starting about 6:50 on Litter Media Radio. The Mid-State League made an announcement yesterday that they are adding Logan High School as the newest member of the long-standing Central Ohio League. Of course, when Tays Valley left, that left a vacancy in the Mid-State League Buckeye division. The details of the timing of Logan's transition from the Ohio Capital Conference, who they just joined, 2 years ago, the Mid-State League is still being discussed. Logan will participate as a member in the Buckeye division, where they'll compete alongside Amanda Clear Creek, Bloom Carroll, Circleville, Fairfield Union, Hamilton Township, Liberty Union, and Logan Elm. Exchanged texts yesterday with the league commissioner, Matt McPhail, and I told him, I said, you bet you're happy to have that vacancy filled. And he says, absolutely, a good day for the league. But now you got those other schools that are looking at this big school coming in. Yeah. You thought Tays Valley was big. Logan coming in to take that spot. And I have a feeling it might start a little more chatter again amongst the smaller schools. But we'll see. We'll see. Congratulations. And the Chieftains have been looking for a home in a true league since the disbanding of the Southeast Ohio Athletic League. So congratulations to our friends at Logan as well.
Turning to our Haynes Total Healthcare Center high school scoreboard last night in high school girls golf, SVC match number 5 at Valley Vista. Zane Trace, a winner with a 178. That was 2 strokes better than Piketon, followed by Adina, Uniota, Westfall, Huntington, Paint Valley, and Southeastern. Rosella Latavo of Zane Trace, the medalist, with a 37. In a dual match, Circleville outlasts Jackson. Isabel Perini, again the medalist, with a 34. Boys golf, Sheridan beat Liberty Union up at Pine Hill Course. Volleyball winners last night, a wild one. Southeastern beats Chillicothe in 5 sets. Western was a winner, so was Eastern Pike. West out of Portsmouth beat Portsmouth. I bet that was a pretty good rivalry match. Minford over Peebles, and Valley beat Fairland. In boys soccer, Amanda Clear Creek and Liberty Union, a 2-2 tie. Eastern Brown was a winner, so was North Adams and Fayetteville. In girls soccer, Logan Elm beat Circleville 1-0. Miami Trace over Circleville, Logan Elm did beat Circleville. We've got a wrong team there. Miami Trace did win 4-1, but I'll check on that here in a minute. Actually, that might have been tennis. That is correct. I got a tennis score in girls soccer. We'll get that corrected. Miami Trace over Circleville in tennis. Bloom Carroll was a soccer winner, so was Liberty Union, Eastern Brown, and Western Brown. Going back to tennis, Waverly shut out Chillicothe 5-0. That's 10-0 now for the Lady Tigers. And Lancaster edged Taze Valley by a score of 3-2.
And I think that's also still Chillicothe's looking for their first tennis win on the season.
And they're usually the league champs in the FAC.
They are generally, yes, a
powerhouse.
So they're having a down year.
Ross County Special Olympics has announced a 5-game schedule for flag football this fall, beginning August 28th against the Fayette Dragons. They have 3 home games this year, all being played at Chillicothe Park.
I want to see this guy on the field.
That's a tough dude there.
I wouldn't want to go face-to-face with him.
No, but head-to-head, yeah.
He could be the next interview on Litter Media one of these days.
What kind of helmet he wears?
One with holes to stick those horns out. Certainly, Trailblazers are tough. All right, the Blue Jays are tough, too. They outscored the Reds again, 13-9 to final there. The Reds have lost 10 of their last 14 games, and they've seen themselves fall 5 games out of the National League wildcard standings, trailing the Giants by a half game or a full game. They're 4 games back. The Mets, that's who we've been trying to track down. The Reds will be facing them for 3 straight starting tomorrow night at GABP. Cincinnati's just a half game ahead of the Cardinals and the Diamondbacks, who they went 1-2 against during this string of losses they've had. So tough being a Reds fan right now. Hold it together, guys. Tito, get them going. The Guardians thumped the Red Sox 8-1. Cleveland opens a series in Tampa with the Rays tonight. The NFL season kicks off this evening. The Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. I knew Mr. Hand would have something to say. They will be hosting the Dallas Cowboys.
Is this on a channel that anybody can see without having to pay money for it?
It's Thursday Night Football, so it's probably on Prime Video.
I can't remember.
So you have to have Prime you have to pay for that subscription.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes. And there's a game tomorrow night. The Chargers are playing. Who are they playing?
I can't remember. Friday night NFL game?
They're playing it in Brazil. And it'll be on YouTube tomorrow night.
Huh. Wow.
And you're used to watching the games on YouTube, right?
I legally can't discuss where I watched games last season.
Oh. Lawyers are calling now.
Because Commanders play out of market.
Has nothing to do with Litter Media whatsoever.
This year, me and my buddy,
right now.
Me and my buddy got Sunday ticket that we're sharing, so I'm watching all the games legally this year.
Me and my buddy. Where did that grammar come from? At Adina High School?
Read the disclaimer right now. Litter Media has nothing to do with this arrangement that he has. Yeah.
So at any rate, they've got a game tomorrow night also, but I'm thinking for some reason, being the season kickoff, I want to say NBC has it tomorrow night. So you should be able to see it. Or I'm sorry, tonight is what I meant. What I meant when I said tomorrow night. And the Bengals and Browns, they will kick off their season against each other this Sunday up in Cleveland.
Is that a 1 o'clock?
That's a 1 o'clock kickoff, yes. So
did you see that the Ohio State-Texas broadcast was the largest Game 1 college football TV broadcast in history?
Ever.
Over 16 million people for a noon kickoff. What the heck would that have been if it would have been a primetime game?
Right, which is what Ohio State was shooting for.
Right.
Can you imagine? It would have been Super Bowl type level, I think.
16 plus million.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
And they saw a good game.
They did indeed.
Didn't see a shootout, but they saw a good game.
Yes, sir.
And like I said, I'd have been happy with it 7-0. That'd have been fine with me. And I had nothing.
Why not 2-0?
Well,
or 3-0?
That would have been a good defensive match.
Yeah, 2-0. Yeah.
Get them back. But I got to hand it to the Buckeyes defense. Keeping them out on 4th and goal to go.
Yeah.
Not once, but twice.
How many times did they do that last year?
Was it like 6?
Happened in the Penn State game. It happened once in the Michigan game, despite the fact they lost that game.
And they did it to Texas.
Texas again.
In the Cotton Bowl.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah.
The Silver Bullets are back.
Hats off to the Buckeyes. Yeah. Ryan Day. Man. And now they take on Grambling State. Watch them fall off the rails. Yeah.
I don't know who it was. I think it was an NFL scout or an NFL coach, because the Buckeyes' new defensive coordinator has been coaching in the NFL.
And Patricia's part of the Super Bowl stuff, the run for the Patriots.
And this guy, whoever was commenting, said, watching the game, he had the defense in so many different configurations. He said it's like Texas couldn't figure out what they were doing.
Yeah.
So I love the sounds of that. Go Bucks.
Let's hope that nobody figures it out over the next 15 years.
Grambling State. The ghost of Eddie Robinson will get it this Saturday. Yeah.
I was trying to think of the quarterback that went to Grambling State, and it hit me the other day, Doug Williams. Who was a Redskin quarterback. Remember him? That's before your time.
Deacon Jones,
you ever heard of Sonny Jurgensen? You have?
Yeah.
Okay.
There were a lot of Hall of Famers that played at Grambling.
Did you ever hear of Chris Hamburger? Chris Hamburger was a linebacker for the Washington Redskins. I don't remember ever seeing him play, but it seemed like every pack of football cards that I got as a kid had Chris Hamburger in it. And I thought, this is cool. This guy ought to get together with McDonald's or somebody.
That's why to this day that Dan loves hamburgers. Yeah.
You bet. Coming up, our Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week and this date in history. Stick close.
But before we do that, we want to tell you about the good folks at Litter Quality Propane, online propane monitoring and reporting. Know your home's consumption and gas remaining in the tank. Find out more at litterpropane.com.
Wherever you are there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing. Download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today.
Mark came to the Adena Orthopedic and Spine Institute in severe arm pain from a degenerative disc. Minimally invasive spinal surgery got him back to what matters most. At Adena, we do what we love, so you can too.
Life. It can get on top of you quickly, can't it? But with 211, it only takes one step to get connected to the help you need. 211 is always available to help. So get in touch today.
Introducing the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. We want to put your pet in the spotlight. Pets with paws to pets with fins. If they gallop, crawl, or slither, play fetch, or simply curl up and snuggle. Send us a photo of your pet and we'll announce a new pet each week. And one pet will be crowned Pet of the Year. To nominate your pet, visit littermedia.com. Click on Pet of the Week. Tell us about your pet and be sure to include a photo. Watch Litter Media Live each Thursday for the announcement of the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. No purchase necessary. Contest applications must be from Ohio residents and at least 18 years old. And our Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week this week is Turbo. Turbo is going to be 4 years old later this year, and he's a munchkin that loves to play, wrestles with his siblings, and he loves to cuddle. His favorite toy is a rainbow worm that he carries around the house. Who doesn't like to carry a rainbow worm around the house, right?
Never heard of it.
When he's not zooming, he's a talented cat. If he can do zoom, that should be cool. I think they mean zipping around like cats do, flipping here and there. He's living his best life in his catio, watching the birds. Congratulations to Turbo, this week's Litter Media Petland Pet of the Week. Now, you can send your pet nominations to littermedia@gmail.com. Remember to tell us about your pet and include a photo, too. You can see all the pets of the week for 2025 now at littermedia.com. And, of course, at the end of the year, we will announce a Pet of the Year, which will win a big trophy and a big presentation from Petland.
Wonder if Turbo is a Psycho fan also.
Good question.
You said he was sitting there in his whatever that box was, watching
catio.
The birds.
Yes. Hitchcock fan, huh?
The birds. Yeah.
All right. Time for this date in history.
This caught my eye. This was a newspaper cartoon from 1975, and an article that was written by Leland L. Connor in the Logan Daily News. Now, I've never heard of this. And I've been in this area a few times over the years, but I'm going to be looking for it the next time. It gives insight into perhaps the most enduring of stories about early Hocking County concerning the, quote, Road to Hell tree. It stood behind the Shawnee hunting trail that ran down the valley between the present towns of South Bloomingville and Laurelville. This trail connected the hunting grounds of the Old Man's Cave area with the Shawnee villages on the Scioto River. The section roughly followed the course of present-day State Route 56. The first settlers who came into the area in the 1790s came upon this large tree, and they agonized over the meaning of the message that was carved into its bark, which stated, "This is the road to hell, 1784. And what did that mean? Well, Leland Connor presumes that some unfortunate white prisoner was being taken down the trail to be burned at the stake in Chillicothe. Somehow, the person managed to escape, and after stopping long enough to leave the message on the side of the tree, he disappeared from the pages of history. Who knows what that meant? But if anybody else...
I like how it says places we should know about in Hocking County.
Yeah, if you're familiar with this tree, is it something that anybody can just park their car and go see? Let me know about that, because I've really got my curiosity. But thanks to the Logan Daily News from this cartoon and article by Leland Connor from way back in 1975.
Maybe at some point in time, some timber jack came along and cut it down.
That's true too.
We cut down the tree that was the road to hell. And here's a table we made out of it, that sort of thing.
Now, I don't know the tree that Daniel Boone carved. At this tree, I killed a bear. Mm-hmm. That goes back to the late 1700s, and that was in Tennessee, and that was well known. I mean, even in the movie about Sergeant York, which was the late 1817, something like that, that was still there then. So I wonder if that tree is still there. You ever carve anything into a tree?
I have done that, yeah.
Dan loves who? Was that what you carved?
I recall Billy Graham talking about carving initials into a tree during one of his sermons, and he was talking about, we would always, whoever we loved, we would put our initials in there, and it says it was love in our eyes. It may be puppy love, but it was true love to the puppy, and that sort of thing. But you ever seen Ohio's perfect tree?
I don't know that I've heard that reference.
If you drive State Route 335 from 32 south to Stockdale, there is a tree that has been designated as Ohio's perfect tree. And it's been a while since I've been down through there, but I want to say there was a sign that posted it. I was filling in for a friend at their church there in Stockdale at one point in time, and I would see that, and I would... So you got to pay attention to where you're driving and if there's traffic behind you, but you can stop and take a look at the perfect tree.
I'm trying to think of famous trees around here. One of them would, of course, have been Logan Elm, which is no longer there. What other famous trees can you think of?
Was it Logan Elm or Logan's Elm?
Well, everybody refers to it as Logan Elm, but it might have been Logan's Elm.
Yeah. Not necessarily in this area, but is the tree in Shawshank Redemption also in Mansfield, where they filmed the movie?
I can't tell you.
I don't know the answer to that.
Because that would be...
It was supposed to be a really big tree.
Yeah.
Now, the prison is still open as almost like a museum.
Right.
They let people go through that.
It's supposed to be haunted, isn't it?
They really play it up during Halloween time.
Was that the old state penitentiary?
Yes,
the Ohio
at Mansfield. Now, just outside of Frankfort on Little Creek Road, years ago, there was what was designated as one of the largest chinkapin trees in the world. In fact, it was so big, even though the tree was offside the road, it stuck out so far that they had to bow the pavement of the road to make room for the tree.
And how often would that tree have become eminent domain?
Well, that tree eventually came down.
Is that right? On its own?
Paul Harvey had it on his daily report about this tree. A pilot of a commercial airline heard that story, and on his trip to Japan, brought back a chinkapin seedling, brought it back and donated to the village of Frank. I can remember the day that they planted that seedling, only it's not where the original tree was. It's in Brad Lytle Park. So that is a tree that literally was heard about around the world.
Did you carve your initials in that tree?
No, I didn't know about this.
Just checking.
Now, ask your mom. Well, your mom wouldn't know about it, but your dad might remember that tree.
Yeah.
The Shawshank Redemption tree is in Lucas, Ohio.
Lucas,
or it was in Lucas, Ohio. It got struck by lightning and split in 2011, and then winds knocked it down in 2016.
Yeah. It seemed to me that there was a storm or something like that took the tree down that I'm referring to. So.
When I had a conversation with the Pike Heritage Museum here a few weeks ago, and you can see that on our YouTube channel, I did not know this, but Lucasville was named after Lucas, who was one of the governors of Ohio. And Lucas County, which is up Toledo, is named after that governor as well. I had no idea.
I wonder why he, all in southern Ohio.
He was part of the the battle of Toledo.
Okay.
And everything too. Gotcha. So they pay a tribute to him in Lucas County.
Yeah. Famous trees around the state of Ohio.
And his home is still in Piketon, just outside of Piketon, over on, I think it's Zon's Corner, if I'm not mistaken. So, things that we learned about the state of Ohio and the communities that we live in. All right, tomorrow we have a special edition at 10 o'clock. We will have a visit to talk about the Covering and their open house. What's the Covering? Find out tomorrow at 10 o'clock. And then, of course, another edition of The Daily Show. And then the game of the week, 6:50 this Friday evening on
With the
Letter Media
voice
Radio.
of the Cavs.
Yeah, we'll be
the
there.
voice of the Cavs.
We'll be there. And a special appearance by Hayden Brown, my grandson-in-law, who's going to be our photographer for the night.
Good man.
Since I won't be able to be down on the sidelines. All right, that's a look at the program today. Enjoy your Thursday. We'll see you soon with another edition of Litter Media Live.